What's that? You're not happy with your reach. You want more engagement and followers? Fancy that. I've got my strategy right here that helped me gain over 30,000 followers in 1 week. And I'm gonna break it all down for you right now. Before we get to the nitty gritty, the secret sauce to gaining more followers, getting better engagement and better reach, I need to go over the basics with you, because if you don't have this, it's not gonna work for you. Let's start by pulling up your bio. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people make their bio all about them, or they make it all about what they're selling, but that's not right. Your bio is meant to get people to be just curious enough to want to scroll on down your feed. So what your bio should be is very simple, and it should give that person a clear idea as to what they would get if they were to follow you. For instance, on mine, simple video strategies, stand out in your industry, what to say and do on video. If I was to cover up your feed and just read your bio, would it create enough curiosity for me to want to continue to scroll on down and look at your content? That is the key, but not just simple. We need it to be very specific. You need to get rid of words like confidence, mindset, positivity, living your best life. All of that stuff is overused. It's white noise, it's vague. It doesn't tell me what I'm gonna get and how you're gonna give it to me. I would hope that you would know, if you were to go on and do these simple strategies and stand out in your industry, that you would automatically become confident. Confident is the result. It's the byproduct. It's a given. You don't need to tell people you get them confidence. You need to tell them how you get them that confidence, how you get them those results. Is there a certain system? Are there certain hacks that you're gonna give me? That's what you want in your bio. Spell it out. Once we've looked at your bio, now we're gonna look at your feed. If I just glanced at the 12 squares that pop up on my phone when I go to your account, is it going to be uber obvious what I'm going to get from your account? And is it going to give me what you promised you would give me in your bio? You can't promise all this good stuff and then I come down here and I see a bunch of pictures of your dog and your husband and your kids and your random thing you ate for breakfast. That's all about you. That's look at me content. We need learn from me content. So whatever you promise to give them up here has to be obviously represented down here. And it's nice to have big, bold titles on the majority of your videos and your posts so that it makes it really easy for us to say, ooh, I want to learn how to look confident on camera. Bam. I know I just used the word confident, but this is different. This was the title of a carousel post that gave very specific tips and hacks on how to look confident and feel confident on camera, what to say and what to do. You might need to sit down for this one. There are a lot of people out there, social media managers, who will tell you, you don't need to post every day. You could just post twice a week and you would be able to grow your account. That's not true. If you really want to see a spike in your engagement, in your reach, and in your follower count, you have to post nearly every single day, 5 to 7 days a week. Some days you post more than once a day. I know, that sounds like a lot. If you look at it as a growth spurt or a growth sprint, you're going to go full throttle with this strategy for X amount of weeks. Maybe you only do it for 1 week just to test it out. Maybe you do it for a month. Maybe you don't do it at all and you just start where you are and say, I'm going to do more than what I'm already doing, and that's going to be my consistency for this week, and then I'm going to bump it up another day next week. Baby steps. That's up to you. But for me, to gain the amount of followers I did in 1 week, I was posting every single day and occasionally twice a day. Before we continue, I need to tell you 2 things. Number 1, I have been doing this for a long time. I had been working on this strategy for the last year. So this type of content was out there for a long time, and I was only continuing to niche it down and get better at it. It wasn't like all of a sudden I just started this and I poof, got 30,000 followers. Number 2, I wasn't going after followers. I was using my strategy that I use every time I promote my course. I give valuable content as much as possible, twice as much as I normally do, for X amount of weeks before I ask for the sale. It's just that I did it so much, I got a lot more eyeballs than usual, and I gained a lot more followers than usual. Moving on to step 4, let's talk about call to actions. You need a CTA on every single one of your posts, and it needs to be different types of calls to action because not everybody is always going to want to comment and answer the question that you asked at the end of your caption. A lot of times I will promote something in my stories. So I will talk about one thing and then I'll say, if you want to learn more about this or more about this specific tip, I give examples in my stories today. Or I will tell people to tag a friend if they find that they have a friend who needs this information. So you're asking people to share it, tag, comment, go look at your stories, DM you, all kinds of ways to ask for people's engagement. Even when you ask them to swipe through a carousel, that's telling the algorithm they're engaged, and you want to have high engagement so the algorithm will want to spit your content out to more people. Speaking of getting your content to more people, if this is helpful so far, give it an A so that more people who are trying to improve their Instagram accounts will see this video. Number 5 is the piece of my strategy that gave me the most results, and that was I mixed up my content and I doubled down on me, on my personality and my beliefs. Still teaching the same stuff that I promised in my bio, but I'm really letting people get to know me on a different level. How did I do that? First of all, I stopped only posting reels. I made that mistake and I added one carousel post a week. It was either going to be highly educational that gave people hacks that they could take and use right now, or it was going to be something that I did in my story in my past that helped me get to where I am today. And even though those posts won't get as many views, think about this. When you go to the Explore page in your Instagram, the majority of the posts are carousel posts. So now I am going to be discovered on the Explore page and not just the Reels page from the Reels that I post. The next thing was I wanted to make sure that I was standing out in my industry and I was very entertaining with the way I delivered my educational content, something I've done from day one on Reels. But I really had to hone in on my characters and the types of Reels that were working for me. Funny enough, when I post trends, they don't do well because your audience is different. You're different. My audience does not like me lip syncing, doesn't like me lip dubbing, doesn't like me pointing to text bubbles, and they sure don't like me dancing. They like it when I break out my characters. So I doubled down on my characters and I had 2 character reels, at least 2, go viral. When I say viral, they were either close or over 1 million views. I actually had 3 of them, 2 were character reels, and lo and behold, 1 was a trend. And that's something I suggest everyone do is, yes, use trends as long as they are in your niche, but don't overuse trends. I only pepper in the trends. The majority of my reels, original content. When I do trends, I try to make them different than what other people are doing with those trends. And I make sure that they give valuable information that will give my viewer an aha moment, meaning they turn around and they think, I actually learned something I can use today. That's the ticket. So yes, I had 3 videos go viral during this 1-week span, but these were videos that I had posted before that week. You gotta give it time. You never know what's going to take off. And because they went viral, I got a lot more eyeballs on my account. Over 3 million eyeballs on my account. But it wouldn't have mattered how many eyeballs I got on my account if I had not done the basics. Shown what they were gonna get in my bio, proven it in my feed, and post consistently so that they see, oh, she's got a ton of tips I can use. Speaking of tips, if you need more strategy tips, watch this video.